We will bring this edition of the Breakfast Show come to you this Wednesday morning. My name is Khadija Bangura.
And good morning. Today now Wednesday, the 24th day of December 2025. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, if you not be member where 2025 been start inside President Bio in address to the nation, the speech where he been make, Batman the thing where he been talk, he been say 2025 na year where according to them na term where then they make bold decisions. It say government committed for turn challenges into opportunities, visions into reality, and self he been talk say salon a crucial moments into the country in development journey, and the choices them where the country they make go determine how far the country will go for tomorrow. The president been similar to talk and that in speech they say this 2025 where we do so na time for let government make more efforts for create more job, support local business, attract investments, and serve for drive sustainable economic growth and ensure say the future of salon brighter. Well, at this edition of a Breakfast Show today, we can review how 2025 turn like for salon people under President Bio in leadership, as in year speech where it begin at the beginning of 2025. Now part man the thing and then we are just highlight where it been promised salon people them say will happen inside 2025. Well, we can review the year of 2025 under President Bio in leadership.
All right, well, part of the key highlights and the President Bio been talk during a New Year message. As we all know, where the year they begin, the President can address the nation. Also, he can tell them some of the key things that he plan for do for that particular year day. As we know, for Mabel, you know, highlight some of the major things them where the President been promise salon people and say he go do inside 2025. Few more days for let 2025 done. Where they can review President Bio some of the promise that way it be make. They be realistic, it be achieve them, waiting at some of the challenge them where we make the president not be able to achieve some of them things there where it be make inside that in bold New Year's 2025 speech. Now that's what they can discuss today. Well, today for help we understand how them promise they don't turn to action. We get between at the studio the presidential spokesperson, the person where they talk for President Bio a mouthpiece, as we all know. Not to all time the president can get time for talk, but it gets somebody appoint as a mouthpiece where don't they talk for throughout this 2025. So they sit down with today at this edition of the Breakfast Show for can unpack President Bio in year in simple terms. If he promise them, he put them into action. Good morning, Alhaji Alfakano.
Good morning, Khadija. Good morning, Mabel.
As you just smile boldly, the year they come to an end.
Season's greetings to all Sierra Leoneans. I know say we don't get a good year. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah. That na the presidential spokesman, Alpha Khan, who we can look at President Bio in year 2025, how he be able to turn in promises them into reality. But before we can start for unpack 2025 for His Excellency the President, they'll just go quickly and take a snippet of President Bio in New Year message where he been give to salon people where the year been start.
We will continue to work on various initiatives to improve our energy mix, to power our homes and industries. To accelerate our country's development, we will continue to work on various initiatives to improve our energy mix, to power our homes and industries. To accelerate our country's development, we actively seek financing and technical partnerships for renewable or clean energy investments. Our well-deserved $480 million MCC Compact is a great step in the right direction to improve our energy access and reliability of supply to households, businesses, and social institutions in Sierra Leone. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, there is no denying that the adverse impacts of climate change are at our doorsteps. Changes in rainfall and temperature, increased risk of drought and floods, and an increase in sea level affect our nation's agriculture, water, energy, infrastructure, and coastal areas. As a government, we will work decisively to mitigate the threats of climate change and adapt to our evolving realities. Our environment is a treasure that we must protect. From combating deforestation to investing in renewable energy, Sierra Leone will contribute to addressing the global climate crisis. We owe it to future generations to safeguard our lands, waters, and biodiversity. We will review and update Sierra Leone's nationally determined contributions and develop a comprehensive strategic plan for climate change for 2025-2030.
All right, that's now been the message where President Bio been give to Sierra Leoneans during a New Year message where normally the New Year message, they can call them saying a message of hope. Usai President Bio they talk to citizens them, but with he plan for do. And when you look at His Excellency in speech, that particular 10 day, now a message Usai President Bio been talk different things that we get for do governance, economic discipline, food security, human capital development, the fight against corruption, energy, infrastructure, education, health, and peace. As we all know, the president in major priority them for this in second term get for do with the big 5 game changer them where they talk about job creation, they talk about food sufficiency, and they talk about renewable energy. Well, that's not just a snippet, honorable, of waiting President Bio been talk inside a New Year message to Sierra Leone and them. Now the start of 2025, President Bio been tell the nation say it could focus on delivery and also impacts. Looking back into some of the things them way the president been talk, especially the promises them where it be make to salon people in that in New Year message day. What you go say government being clearly able for deliver on inside this 2025?
Thank you very much. I think say President Bio in New Year message, and what we don't see, he don't do during this 2025. You talk about accelerating, that is for move faster, the pace of development for we country for go before. And one way it focus on the energy and also food security. For energy, we get clear achievement figures. If me remember, when we've been to talk about energy in the past, there was a 16% access energy for people in this country. Now it stands about 37% with a lot of the inputs the way the government and President Bio don't do. He talked just now about the MCC, 480 million. What would they expect for coming? Okay, then there's also the promise of the M300, where we know say Idena Road, for which in don't focus say with the target by 2030, 78%. But what is important is that the energy mix in this country, it don't improve. There is this 40 megawatt solar energy, where we use as renewable energy for mitigate climate change and all that, and improve on our own food systems resilience. This 40 megawatt, I believe say in the middle of this year, it got already na Newton, of which 30 megawatts na in the Newton, 10 megawatts na Lunge. I can also boast, because I come out Port Local last night, and I go see the solar establishment where installation where then they do there. Then they will give you, by the middle of March, 3 megawatts from solar power. We go match exactly the output of Bankasoka in the rainy season, when at 3 megawatt, Bankasoka hydroelectric. And as I speak to you now, a place like Port Loko, at 24 hours electricity without a blink. So if we're able to get the solar for back way up during the rainy season, I can say that Port Loko and its environs for 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, by March, will they get full electricity. So that is what you do, step by step. And that is an example I've just given you. But here in Freetown, we also get the project we then call the Nant Energy. The Nant Energy in Akisi, a private venture financed by the IFC and the ECOWAS Bank of International Development, plus a little bit input from government, just a little bit. It's $150 million investment, which will produce about 150 megawatts from what we call combined gas combustion, where they do Nakisi. So when you take that 150 megawatts, you add them to waiting Pumuna they give you now at 50 megawatts, plus the 40 megawatts from that, you don't get 240 megawatts. And then, plus the extra one, the Blackhall Road, we get 25 megawatts. The Schulze and the Nigata machines, them, now Kintom, when you put all those together, we could approach the 300 megawatts. We're now in the proverbial aim for Freetown, as it is today. The consumption we will need in Freetown for the current demand, about 300 megawatts. For now, we are producing about 120 to 150 megawatts from various mixes. So I will say that on the energy side, there has been a great improvement for us now. And we can also see that even in this festive season, it is showing, although it fluctuates, they go up, they can, they go up, but today, the bad day, they get light, it is Siam. And then the other important aspect of his speech, where he be big, is the focus on food security.
Before we can talk, you don't say so much about
energy.
Yeah. We Fibalek, na the president be pull more trink for 2025. You don't talk about for Unana Port Loko. You say 24 hours lights now na they get Freetown during the festive now. It dey blink, but it dey come from time to time. In terms of percentage, also you can place President Bill in efforts in terms of electricity for 2025. Taking into consideration, say, they can go into the dries, and everybody know how dry season Talek na Freetown. And taking into consideration the areas where government or car power ship, we host the new minister Naya. Then we talk about the huge money where governments get for pay, and normally where government get for pay car power, they not pay on time, then they hot the ship.
Well, I think this time government prepare for make arrangements with car power, where then they keep up to the incidents then where they happened in the past for like car power switch off for a day or two and all that kind of thing. That because government at some point being forget for keep up to arrangements, or maybe car power decided that they would want a little bit more of a cash inflow. But I don't think that will happen this year. Car power then say for dinner. The car power then say don't say government is doing things to replace them. So they will want to show that they are good clients for making them able for to continue this business with us. So they'll therefore ease up on some of the hard terms they will then get. Because government, as I said, by March, is 40 megawatts from the solar. It comes. So for effort, if you ask me for effort, I'll give President Bill about 90% effort. For achievement, we know say is a projection that by March we will get our 40 megawatts. And car power now, I don't know whether now is it 37 or 47 megawatts and they give it. So if we're getting 40 megawatts from that, so car power, if we're not careful, it could become just another option. But we will have an option that we have our own generation capacity. So I think Kappa, let's have no one go. The money that they make there, even if not owe them, it is always a cash carried forward. When they know say bad thing, then go they get at them. When they are not doing it, then they're not, when we don't owe them, then they don't make money. If we owe them, they'll always put it on their balance sheet or say, we are owed so much, so this is receivable income. So they're looking forward to that. They will not want to just throw that away. If government may just sit on full in hand, do nothing, then of course we've been for day at the mercy of whoever is providing for us and the car power. That's the thing I talk about, Potloco. That is a reality.
So based on the score where you give the performance on efforts, yeah, we say it's over a 90 score. Yes. As far as una concern, una believe say una on the right track, achieving sufficient energy for Sierra Leoneans.
Yes, it will never be sufficient. Energy is never sufficient. Even in developed countries, it is never sufficient. Right now in the United States, because of the need for we move from conventional energy generation systems, we mitigate climate change, they are actually looking for new ways of encouraging even citizens for produce solar power from their own rooftops and sell to government, which means energy is not enough. Because at some point, they have to switch off some of the generating capacity for let them reduce the carbon footprint where they put. So it will never be enough. As the world improves, the world moves on, there are changes, especially with the threat of climate change. So somebody get for look at ways where you go find ways for try and mitigate that. And that recognition was given to us in the last GOP30 program, GOP30 in Brazil. The representative from Sierra Leone, Mr. Jiwo Abdullahi, was actually chosen to represent and speak on behalf of all the LDCs, the least developed countries, because when he put we on program out there for how we plan for reduce the dependence on fossil fuels and using the renewable energies and things like that, they see that Sierra Leone has a cogent plan. So now he represents all of the LDCs and not just Africa, all least developed countries. He was the target. He was the key lead for the negotiations that we go for yonder. And I think he came back here with commendable things. So it seems that the plans that we have are recognized by the authorities that are actually overseeing climate change. So because you have this need for reduced dependence on carbon emitting generation capacities, and we have a plan, clear plan to do that, it shows that Sierra Leone is making the effort where people expect.
You don't talk small about energy, and not to just energy the president will make mention of. One other big thing we've been talking about, say, in government's going to redouble the efforts on job creation.
Definitely.
You and I know, even the 5 big game changers, job creation, they also make promises that in the next 5 years, about 500,000 jobs will be created. In 2025, back where they're making speech, it talks say government's going to double the efforts on job creation.
Meet the target.
Yes. Throw light on job creation inside 2025. The efforts where government redouble. What are the figures?
I cannot give you exact figures. If you want exact figures, you will call the Minister of Labour and Employment here. But if you talk me about the effort we government put with President Bio Giwi as a blueprint for where we go able for meet 6 targets that we in don't lay out for the next 3 years where they come, I'll tell you, say, the effort has been very commendable. But you see, Sierra Leone is not an industrialized nation. I keep saying it. It is an agrarian nation. Agrarian means the bulk of our activity for young people and able-bodied people, now agriculture and fisheries. So we put effort on food security. Food security is a given market. You don't get bad luck. Chop not get bad luck. Whatever chop you produce, somebody will buy it because somebody needs to eat every day. That is why the target is to reduce that $220 million we they send every year for go buy rice in China, Japan, and Vietnam for brand can don. And for this year, we've reduced that dependency by 18% because by 8%. Because the food production, rice production, are for staple, you go by 18%. And how do you increase that? That because young people get involved in the production process. Then go to the field. Then work the rest. As I sit here, yesterday I did put loco. I was still harvesting. This is end of December. By then, them bully lands and all that, for don't harvest them. Or this time, the wetlands, there's several gupan. Now they don't rest, don't rep for the which means there has been a redoubled effort. And our young people are getting at the farm. So it shows that if people like me, who are in that business for in rice production and all that, 100 or 200 of us are there, it means there will be a multiplying factor if me get like 30 people working for me. And another 1,000 people get another 30 people. That is already 30,000 people. And I'm sure we have a lot more than that. But if we sit down now, we look at the statistics, we go see, yes, the work that we are talking about is not work in the factories. We don't have them. We are not
job creation are just for una we get farm, they give people and work for doing the farm.
You self can get farm. You self can get farm. That's what I'm saying. If we all go, you don't have to be at the farm to be a farmer. You get for sponsor people if you have the money.
Like the agricultural sector, no more the job creation.
I use that as an example for tell you, say, the difference between Sierra Leone and industrialized nations like China, for instance, is that we don't have a lot of manufactured goods. If we iron ore, they pull there are just extractors of raw materials and exporters of raw materials. We not get the systems and the energy sufficiency for begin convert some of those into iron rods, aluminum, and all that kind of thing. And so we have to export it raw. And when you export it raw, you're not only exporting raw material, you're exporting the jobs too. Because when that iron ore gets to China, when that bauxite gets to America, for that matter, now people the way the America get for work panam. So now then they gain on this. So what we are saying is that government is moving, and the long and short of it is that the least common multiple we have for industrialization, for increased productivity, now energy. So you pay attention to energy. When you have sufficient energy, people with the ability go able to come for convert that. Then you can now begin to see jobs in the shift. Look at the factories at Songo, where they manufacture iron rod now. In the past, when they export the raw material in the form of scrap metal, but now one scrap metal no they left this country with a converter now. So those jobs that will be sent now China are now jobs that are being absorbed in Sierra Leone.
Clear the doubts of person whenever you see government person they talk, they throw light on issues we get for do with job creation. They go ask a question, say, let them tell we outside the people and the way they work. Waiting at the number of the people and where they work, and waiting exactly then they do. How we go answer that kind of question?
By saying that the next time invite the Minister of Labour and Social Security here, employment. But I can tell you where the jobs are. I should tell you about Zongo just now. Now new jobs.
How many people are there?
Ask the Minister of Labour, call him. I don't have those statistics.
No, but if you are referring to then job, then they say that then the president don't create because it talks strongly on job creation. It will be also good for let the people and get clear indication of how many Sierra Leoneans then at the Songo where you say work day for the young people.
Work day right now, they did it. For say I know exactly the number, I don't have that figure. But the Minister of Labour definitely will have that. If you call and I go tell you. It is not my job to keep the statistics. No, they don't tell me I see because I go there.
But how many you see?
And you see a lot of people, but they're not constant. And they didn't go there to count. I go there for make sure so the process where they tell you say they take place is taking place. And you see the scrap they will be the export from Pepel, from Lone Star, from Kono and all that, maybe they go out of this country. 1 gram of it, no, they go out again. Now, yeah, then they convert them. And then they convert them and they make iron rods. Those iron rods are being made here in this country by people employed in Sierra Leone. So there are jobs for people out there. But if you want the exact number, not for call the person who responsible for that.
If what you dey talk now, anything for go by honorable, although you're not able for provide people them clear figures, you say for go back to the Minister of Labour. If what you they say anything for go by, how you can describe unemployment rate in 2025 based on waiting President Bio being commit to?
Unemployment rate, according to you on Western standards, is high in Sierra Leone. I just don't give you the reason. We are not an industrialized country. Countries, we get industries and all that. Now then they count employment by unemployment figures. We really count employment by employment figures. The number of people employed, the number of people unemployed is much higher than the one they were not employed, because we not get those sinks where they send people. But if we take this informal sector, the agriculture, the fishing, and all that, we take all the people in there, then we go say the employment rate is high in the country, because in the fields that where we work, are young people today, not to old people, we are working there, and that they are all employed. Maybe the amount we get from it is undervalued, because we don't have that advanced form of agriculture. We yield a lot more. But that is why we have places like Slurry, where they try to look at ways how we go improve with seedlings, for make them become more productive. Like we now, we're going to produce something like 1 ton or 2 tons per hectare. But Slurry is not working such that by next year or something, when they give you the new seedlings, we're going to produce 6 to 7 tons per hectare. When you produce that, you make more money and can you pay a little bit more to your people. That is what we are saying here. Now, step by step, it was not there before, but the effort, like I told you, I say if it is for effort, let me give President Bio 90%.
The president will also talk strong about economic recovery and protecting the citizen them, but looking at how things they go, and if you talk to so many people, then still they complain of high cost of living, and how governments they measure success if price then a market high.
I've been to America in November. They're still talking about high prices. They call it grocery prices, supermarket prices. And these are developed nations. The people will always find it a little bit more difficult to cope. So how much more us? So what do you use to measure whether the country they improve or they improve? We look at the inflation rate. Months back, inflation rate last year, 2024, was 54.9%. Now it don't go down to 9.38%, which means that the retail price index has come down. You like it or not? And the only thing that when me go able to tell you, sir, you don't so today, say the retail price index don't go, and the price of our staple food. Sometimes you don't like to hear that. But it is true that at some point it was nearly 1 million leons or 1,000. But now it's gone down. No, please. That is, you must look at concrete evidence. If I don't tell you about the retail price index, you will tell me just no. So show me one thing.
Then concrete evidence.
So now they try to tell you, yes.
Now they again, you talk to other Sierra Leonean, it go say, especially the Bio-led administration, then good for talk na pen and paper. But the reality on ground can different. Inflation, where you they make reference to, yes, it ain't a black and white, but where you go na the market, they reflect, they show in the lives, they show in the lives of the ordinary citizens, they show in the lives of Sierra Leonean, because there are many Sierra Leonean where they go to bed every day, they're not able to afford 1 course meal per day.
Well, that you cannot say is the fault of government too. If you're not able to afford 1 course meal per day, then look into yourself internally. Not a government, they go cook rest camping for you. You must do something for let you know go to bed. And for let person talk, go to bed and not able to eat and all that kind of thing. You should be worried. What's wrong? You for able for find way for make you live. What in government they do now for show you the ways for do that. And that is what President Bio has done. He said, let us go into agriculture because this is now our biggest gain. And the biggest opportunity. We get the good lands, we get Boku water, we get this, we get that. I'm going to put more machinery, I'm going to put more effort into agriculture. Let us go there. And we don't see the improvement. That 18% reduction in the importation of rice. Don't you say, rest in business, don't they go? That dropped from 25% for the price of rice at the market, where being very clear at the time. It's concrete. You don't see them. So if you can't afford it, it means a little bit more effort has to be done by you as an individual. Also for find ways we go able to do. You see, these are not new problems. They were there before in the past. We're trying to improve them. We're trying to mitigate them. So you not go say now because the government fail you, now it make you not able to eat. No, that is not true. That is not true at all.
So what you say now that anybody really complain by then say say not get waiting for it for the day. Now because the person not puts effort.
No. You have an opportunity. You have a reason to look after yourself too. Government to show you how to do them. Government to show you how to do them. When I drive, when I go Guinea, let me just give an example. When you go Guinea, I don't know if I don't go there by road. Don't fly. If you go Guinea, go by road. Where did they come on here? You left Mashaka. Till you reach Cambia, except you reach at the big tongue them. All na grass. Bush grass. But people are there at the villages. You take a seed of rice, a seed of orange, throw them, left them. Throw them at the bush or dig, keep them, left them. A year or two, you go see tree there. When you cross Balamuya, you enter into Pamalap, Guinea. At the camp, please. It shows you the effort where the people themselves they make. No village, no day yanda, we no get plantation. No, you don't see bush stuff, you don't see grass. We commodity till you go na orange, na mango, na pineapple, na this you see till rich gonna create. Because the people turn into agriculture. And you know, what thing happened within Africa? The first leader at independence, the direction we take the country fell around in the work. Guinea were lucky. At some point, we laughed them. Because President Sekou Touré, he emphasized agriculture during all of his time in life. He not been agreed let them mine na Guinea self. You mine now, Nigeria to go. You make plantation, feed yourselves first. That is why today, Guinea, not the area people in the talk. But here, our focus was mining. All man left. We the diamond come out. We own people left, including my own papa. He left Wala, he go Sedu for go mine diamonds and all that. So when you left those things, now in fact the diamond don't done. So it's not sustainable. Now depleting resources. Now
so back to the question now. Are you saying governments don't create this kind conducive atmosphere? Also now they expect say no selling and not go complain say they go to bed hungry because platform not there.
You are putting words into my mouth.
No, because what you explain is
I am saying
the question was people in there right now we still they complain then they go to bed without having thing for it. You say they are not doing what they are supposed to do.
My people in Mabunkani village, a village of 15 houses. You go there right now, you need to meet one person at home. They're all in a bush. And they plant jakato, they plant okra, they plant rice. They are self-sufficient. Like I said, it may not be enough for all the extras like which we do. But if everybody does that, they need to wait for the government can meet them. No, go and ask them. Go and ask them. Go and ask them.
What the G is?
No. If you say
the government not creates job for them, so they not even forget something for do.
What in government they do here? You know how many jobs government get?
But government has responsibility for look after the citizen.
Well, yes, and the citizens also get responsibility.
Government sign a social contract with the citizen. So if you they say government not get job for give everybody, and you they sound like you are shifting the blame to the citizens. If government creates the conducive environment,
the responsibility to the citizens. Let citizens be responsible for ourselves. Government the lead we.
How them for be responsible for themselves when there are no jobs? When person get work, you able get paid. And a lot of people then at this country where they live by magic because the minimum wage they below waiting the people and they live on.
Let me tell you something. The people who enjoy the minimum wage, they're not Boku. Boku work not in this country. That's what I'm telling you. If you're listening, you listen to me.
So if Boku work not there, how about the 500,000 jobs? So the president's been promised.
It's fine, he didn't wrote. This is 2 years.
But they unpack President Bill in 2025 and he spoke highly about job creation.
This is 2 years. So if you want the real statistics of how many, please invite the minister.
We know they talk about the president in term. Now 2025. Wetin he been talk say it prioritize in 2025. That is what we are discussing
Well,
now.
I'm just giving you the things that he has done to improve the situation of people, them for making them get themselves engaged in productive engagement, i.e., presidency focus, the easiest and best focus for all of us. Let's go and plant those things that we eat. Let me not buy armor. Let me go out there. What do you want? We'll give you input. Then bring the input. We'll give you the seedlings. Then give the seedlings. I even know about communities where government and they go plow the seeds, plow the ground, provide the seeds. I even give the people food for work for make them go there. All they have to do is for their border. So, but we have 8 million people in this country. In not 1 year can you do all of that at the same time. Now, small. So if other people see the good example of others where they go there, you take yourself, you go there, but believe me, you're not going to complain too much.
In terms of gains for 2025, who say the place President Bill?
Gains for 2025?
Yes.
I just told you that for effort, I get 90%. I just give you that. Me, for effort. But
so you decide for say it make the efforts, but you not gain all what he be say he do.
Yeah, gaining means 100%, but you gain 90%, not to failure.
Efforts now one,
but if you don't
achieving that too.
But why? How can
so
you,
if you say in terms of effort,
now we get for achieve now.
Honorable, if you say in terms of effort, you are giving the president 90. How about achievement? Because it talk about lots of things. Them now in New Year message or the review now. Yeah. So it make efforts 90% that you gain. Yeah. In terms of achieving the things the way it talk about, how much you gain?
Well, now you get for achieve now. The president in the show you how for do and he praises the pluses.
How? What you go say the president show? What it really is show citizens how for do?
First of all, I tell you, the last time I was here, I told you that in every district in this country, you have at least 20 tractors.
20?
At least. In every district. That I know. Because I draw benefit from it. You go there, follow them, go plow for you, they will do it. In every district, they send
20
input.
Tractors. Now all districts in this country?
Every district. That I know. That is a fact.
On paper?
Not on paper. Go and see them. Go to Port Local and see them.
Other than Kia,
then tractor, yeah, the 20 tractors for each
other
district.
Than the Ministry of Agriculture, with contractors that they call machine ring operators. These are private people where they give the opportunity for let them implement these, make them put them out. I give you a small example of 2 people. In Port Local, we have Topman Enterprises. We now responsible for rent out, if you like, these tractors to people who can. And if you can't do it, you get projects like the FSRP. We will put you with other people into a group of a cooperative. We then go support you now, go and plow for you and give you this thing. Now for make yourself available to these people. FSRP does that. That's Topman I just gave you. Then there's FM Enterprises also, which is responsible for their district. Let's say get over 20 tractors, and not only 20 tractors, they have harvesters, or 3 or 4 combined harvesters, which they have. They have
recent.
This is not I'm talking
because
about
the reason why we ask, we will get for do follow-ups
2025
and bring come the information where we will get. So inside this 2025,
that's what I'm talking about.
You say all districts gets up at to 20, at least
20 tractors.
20 tractors.
At least 20 tractors. Districts away, the rice producing districts. At least 20 tractors. I no get 20 tractors inside Freetown. I no get side for grow rest. For we will get side for grow rest. We have those ability, and we not only stop there. They also get establishments and they train young people. Train young people for learn for operate tractors, for learn for maintain tractors, and for also able operate other agricultural machinery. They train them on the slurry how for able choose the kind of soil where you for go plant, how you for able choose the kind of seed where they grow now, which kind of soil, and all that kind of soil analysis and all that. They also have another food rice evaluation station at mile 91 now, where they actually make sure so that the seeds that you want to grow are viable. For example, let us give the government the accolade it deserves, the Minister of Agriculture. Before, I just done this one. I just done, my dear. The accolade they deserve. In the past, every season we go for import seedlings, seed rice, sometimes from Nigeria, from Ghana, from this one. This 2025 will pass. And 2024, we don't import one seed rice. The one way we grow in this country, now we culture and make them available as seedlings in this country. Nobody no bring rest now. First time anyway, rest no kite from Ghana, rest no kite for it. But these are all things that you use to improve the economy. So now that we're not importing seedlings, which means farmers were able to get rice on time from where they plant, may not miss the season. And that is why this year, I believe, say, the rice harvest is quite good. One, we know your floods, we tell God, thank you, we planted on time and all that, and we're harvesting on time. So it is working. When you provide all these preparations, governments, they show you the way. Now we can forgo the way, and we have to go to the way.
With then 20 tractor there, we say they are all these states. And when you listen to what President Bio been talk, he been talk about food security. The president's been promised increased local production and self-support to farmer them. How this President Bio in statements where it be make directly help farmer them in a village and also for reduce hunger. Flow for freedom.
Well, I'll talk about the villages right now. We don't talk today. The villages right now, they per harvest. Il reste beaucoup. They eat them. The village, they now angry, no, they to. I don't know now, you and the way go, don't sell the rest. The way the season go come and all that. But one thing I also noticed in 2025, July 2025, I go Mambolo. In the middle of the rainy season, unheard of, I meet them, they cut rice. Mambolo, which means people they practice 2 crop and 3 crop plantation now over the year, which means government they do the right thing. When I reach there, you know what I signboard I meet the FSRP, Food Systems Resilience Project. Now they mean they sponsor that big farm in Mambolo. So in the rainy season, they're able harvest rice to the extent that they get picking away the season and they watch no more with sand come out. As sand come out, say, when I go pull that rice, can't put an adolo or dry them. So there is engagement, there's activity in the country. So if we all grab, we say, let we all try to do something for ourselves. Nobody no get for come on the moon can do it for we, or come on America can do it for we. America is great because the people there decide to say, we are going to work for America. We're going to do something for America. That is what we are doing now. So if you do that, by some, it's not, maybe not to 2025, 26, but in about 4 or 5 years' time, we will begin the work out, we head up. I mean, at least with we they eat, now we they grow.
2025, like the president's speech,
been described and say an attempt for bold action. Give me highlights of bold action where President Bio take inside this 2025 where they end soon.
Can I give you 2 examples? The energy. Bold actions. Agriculture. Bold actions.
which is
The food security. It's improving. It really is improving. Now we don't want you to go Christmas songs. I'm for Kerigo. And don't invite me in a Mange Bure, me and the Minister of Youth. The Mange would go this time. For go dance Christmas. Would they dance Christmas? You go see the kind of bumper harvest where people in the pool outside. So I'm telling you,
yes.
yes.
Because even remember the World Food Day
Where President Bio been celebrate with other people that we been now farmers that went out of waiting then get with them plant. Some of them pull na do come join the celebration. Not so like now government go give you seed, now government go give you this. Now waiting then they grow for themselves. Then pull na do.
It is not true. It is not true. It is not true.
Not the private sector.
Most of the private sector. No.
Industry now.
The private sector government they boost. I just gave you
how government they boost private sector.
Do you know about the $15 million that was given to private sector last year?
Honorable.
No, you say how? I don't give you example. $15 million on loans For people and for plant rest no more.
Loans with high interest
No,
rates.
government no get high interest rate. No
What
way.
in our government's interest
Government
rate?
in interest rates, I think it is about 5 or 6%.
Not a double digit.
No. I don't know about that. I don't know. Double digit government not get them at all. Now banking I ain't get then commercial banks I didn't get that. That is
Why would they insist on the private sector? Because we've been get a discussion on the feed salon program. We talk to farmers, private people, where they into farming.
Ask them side
In as much as then they talk about the initiative, say it's very good, but providing the enabling environment. Now, one of the things they will complain about.
Ask them side and pull in capital. Did you ask them?
Not a government give them capital. Now private sector, some of them and they invest in the farms.
The private sector.
Other than the one master, other than the one farmer, when I private sector, where you go showcase this morning, I say now one of the celebrated farmer them of the one that where government don't support.
Madam Nyata Samai is the president of the National Farmers Association. She's
now government can start up.
Definitely. Definitely.
What if we call Madam Samai and he say not to government can start up?
Which you go do me, okay? Me go to jail? I go tell her say don't lie because I know say government can start up. Yeah. Then I call like I give you. I just give you FM Hassan FM Investments. It's the private sector, but government sponsor them. Professor Kanu, what's his name? Saliu Kanu, we then. I spoke to him last week. I see him. I think he came to my office. I say, how do you harvest? They tell me, say, you don't try, you don't get. I say, you don't get 3,000 or 4,000 bags. Now I say, if I get 3,000, 4,000 bags, it's in a disaster. It's at the moment I don't get 60,000 bags. I'm maybe for 200,000. And from the one day they work. From the one day we did in the agriculture, we take the challenge of government, and I'm trusting they trust the money from government. It's booming for those.
And it come from government. It's been sponsored by government.
Government is giving the enabling environment. Government they go dig ground for plant rest. They don't do that. They do it for groups of people, for support them through government agencies like FSRP and AVDP. They are doing that. And you also knew about the smallholder commercialization project. We supported a lot of private people in the country, in a lot of things. They always not only provide machines for them, they only not provide seedlings for them, they also provided them with milling machines, rice mill machines, destoning machines and all that for improve the quality of their product and all that kind of thing. And they really, I think we should, one day I go somewhere, make when I just go see how things are happening. The private sector you're talking about, we don't see no private sector apart from PC and Sons, where go plants that Yabas, we own village there number 10 Yabas. They no say input your money, but Bivali was doing that. Government don't also help them with IFC. It don't get about $14 or $15 million loan for put back Palestinians. So government creates the enabling environment, even for the private sector. First they pull the money in and then put it in a boko with the drum. And a boko, you want to really do that.
So the success stories in the agricultural sector so far you're saying it's been sponsored by government.
Exactly. They're creating the right environment, they're creating the right legislation, they're creating the good engagement between landowners and those who want to do agriculture and all that, resolving those problems and all that, and also making sure that some of those people who apply and qualify then get access to funding and financing.
We go can listen to the ordinary citizen then. But the other time now, under this same feed salon second year anniversary, we host the Honorable Aminata from Putloko, where I think now from your district. It can boldly say all the support there where government they say then they give to farmers them. Now only people the way according to them they support SLPP now and they benefit from the support here.
I've been there with her yesterday. You know, tell me that too. Aminata is from a farming area called Kontawala. And in no say the effort where government they put in the area then they a big effort, especially in terms of seedlings. But for level for people, we got an area and they were income from. Then call them inland valley swamps. Now, actual physical hand they take for go plant rest and then call them planting, real planting. Machine no they go because not poto. So the people they have to go there, government able go do that for them. But the input within they take for go inside there, government they provide.
Is it true that not just SLPP supporters because of the allegation that way?
Well, ask her because me I don't know that SLPP supporter. I don't know to SLPP supporter in farming. I don't see government make an effort for make them with her. She's talking that because in a APC, and they should not be doing that. Really, this country we should talk the things the way they do. There are people there in Walla where they talk about the people where they farm and they are mostly people that were Sabi I don't represent when I was a member of the APC, and most of them are APC, then they vote. So nobody they ask them, are you SLPP or are you APC before they support you? She's saying that for making out some sympathy because she also wants to gain political mileage. I did with her yesterday, very good.
All right, Honorable. We've been talked to some people at the streets of Freetown for letting self-assess President's bill in 2025 year in terms of achieving some of the things them we even promised. Let's just listen and watch them vox populi from the streets of Freetown.
The government wants achieve it everything. When it comes to the inflation really cannot treat it's different from waiting in a paper. They're saying a single digits now we get, but we would feel we know say we don't feel that much because for example the one plate rice we the youth cookery now the list now 15 that is for get I know easy, but most cookery are for 20 30 it's fine pass you pay 60. Then again, the area of transportation is expensive. Spare parts, they deal with machine. Every day, spare parts they go up. For example, the cost of bike is very expensive. So all of them challenges that we face. The education, yes, education accessible. I can give the government thumbs up to that. 10 over 10 in terms of education and energy. To me, understanding it in two ways. The access is there, but when they will get them, access. Now you can go now extra, you go pay for pool, you go pay for everything. They go can't connect you to the pool. But the lights is issue. Now then I will get problem.
Assessment law, there's a brutal to the style like you not go down where we live based on the country suffering, blocks to the kind of the country. We come here, they don't die, some don't die, some don't hospital based on this crucial kind of country. This push we don't come from way long, first time. After people don't die, up to almost people don't die before, but now the president basically say they for stop because we really can't this country. So I want to be saying I'm not glad for because people don't lost their life the end push.
Well, let me see, that will be economic side. Labor job of course for you. But let me see the price increase. If the price day in one side, one rate, let me see. For society but it will look so better for the next one then. Because if they increase price too much, at least the next man will be buying. Because you don't get that kind of money there. The next man will buy for the next man will afford, but if you put that into that minimum wage, but with at least the next man down, they will afford them.
Really, to real youth side, to the youth side president will crazy. To reflect, talk about job, employment, and I see it with the most of the background of the PTC. This one is about like job model, educational system, talk about and say we will develop our native back to us. The rest of the about the presently what happened at this country. Talk the put it, and talk the traders then. Talk say they develop policy as well. What they do? Then destroy back the places outside. She don't talk to that they sell. Now it's so funny to have the country better. So you must say do anything. We're going to development for the country.
And they take on next time from 2018, take out 2014, 2020, 2021. The team and just be the gop. The team and just be the gop. You don't be able to team and the pass like
the 2025 from 2026. We don't know something. With the election they pack now, the time they pack out for them go, so then I want make it possible for we. The first thing we assist them at do as a city is the way I glad for her. When an pack na lonely a make all I know must assist a make. With the Wutai Bangatuk. Actually, we say command about Bangatuk. Bangatuk say make this we need to make dinner for good we no do it. Becoming a man at the work I do, it's alone. Last year I did like we did receive the celebrate the independence. I did in Marabio go, tell them go celebrate, I go sell snail. And they do the upper market there. You see, but the man, the way promise you not to say work on it as a citizen, also what he promise you do it. Because the light will not be stagnant. You buy chop off, the light not the car the way you feel for car. The road there, the still network road is very poor. Because the road office for make, where the other former government left, if you can continue that, you know we feel that.
That question because if they do a lot, somebody the stress, somebody take drugs, so when they focus on the drugs issue, let them focus on the drugs, let them talk to the man, let them give the man a job. Because we man get job, only focus to drugs business. Then we need to map, so that's all our beginning talk and school, violence school or whatever. But if you get job, all they do is remember for one school, then you go in your office.
In the economic period, about 200,000 for bag, but now just 600, 700, 800. So the development here is not improvement. The education wise back again, we they see the education and they say free education. But if you check off the things then you as a parent, everything you request for at the school then. It just do that from just a make now let them make normal. To me, I not see, to me, view.
Alright, welcome back. You still watch the breakfast show where they come to you live on Liberty Online TV, and that's our views of Sierra Leonean citizens. Then we just express what and things the President will be able to achieve in 2025. What and things in government do for ensure say they attend to the promises them where they make. And we get in the studio with we this Wednesday morning the spokesperson for the President, when Honorable Alpha Khan. You just don't listen and see where the ordinary Sierra Leoneans as raw as it is, we play them like how we get them from the streets of Freetown. Firstly, just tell me, what do you think of the way they express, the way they feel like 2025 under the BO-led administration? You listen to it and say.
The assessment they make, it is not negative, it is not positive. It shows that it is a midway. And that is what you expect. It's a fair assessment, yes. But they recognize also that the president, they make an effort. And that, yes, indeed, prices, they go down. Although, you say that one of them talk about Usai Nkiwan for go eat. It's a bit more expensive than Usai other people they eat. So that shows that by choice, by your own choice, now you decide whether life for hard for you or not for hard for you. But if you just want the basics, you can say side for it cookery for 15,000, but if you want for it wood, you get for goods on side 60,000. No, it's a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice. What happens is that if you're really looking just for the basics, that man don't talk him. He said the opportunity that they follow, you get them. But if you want a little bit more luxury, then you pay for the luxury. So
Alhaji, yes, the ordinary citizen them, not the judge government based on waiting in paper or policy, but then they judge the government by their daily life. In simple word, how you go explain to Makituma, they watch you now, Okada, teacher, and the ordinary people and say President Bio in 2025 leadership been touched their life them?
Well, first of all, for the teachers, say they don't increase salaries for now. And the minimum wage don't go up.
Salary, we teacher and just the full press release reminding government of waiting their commitment.
But they increase salaries in 2025. They increase salaries, so that's a difference.
But still they run after government say, "Una been promised with this, una give where."
Well, let them wait to go meet them.
How long? 2025 done. We just get few days.
My dear, I just know when they talk about car power, not so?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. So as long as you have a receivable coming.
The audience will expect you for put the teacher in a category of people where you want for use for showcase.
You asked me about teachers. So I'll answer you about teachers.
It was deliberate, me including the teachers, because I know the problems.
You asked me about 3 categories of people: the teachers, the market women, and the bike riders. So I'm answering you according to the teachers. There was an increase in salaries. So there's a change from 2024.
Increase the paper.
All right.
You know, reach them.
All right, but you go reach them. All right, now that they don't remind, I'm sure the ministers will tell me they wait for it, you don't do in budget and all that. So it comes to that it don't promise you, they will pay you, they're not going to hold you money forever. Definitely. Secondly, you talked about the bike riders. Bike riders, first of all, now they know say fuel. By this time, Christmas time, all side the lock, they say fuel no day. But it's at the very first year. We no get one lockdown because fuel no day. Because government liberalize fuel. All man will get opportunity for bring fuel in Branca.
You be missing that queue of the bike rider we talk, where there is concern of this 2025, how Kush flood the market, how Kush don't kill them colleagues.
But I cancel. Even for wait for me land. I was talking about the effect on their own transportation. The fuel. Dandy na positive. It's gone down. Even yesterday, Saturday, when I did go put local, I stopped Nazala for buy fuel. I said I want 60 liters. And say, was it 1,200,000 or 2,760,000? I say, not if 25 leons. Then they say, no, not 24 leons. I say, why? I say, because they give me Christmas bonanza. I said, the fuel? They say, yes. So it shows that the things are moving. So for that,
bonanza, not to say that government put fuel down.
Then the government put it down.
No, you just said the man say it give bonanza to in customer.
No, government don't need for put a government don't put a blanket of 25.
Yes, so if he decide to sell a lower,
yes,
not to tinani government for take credit for the man just want for be a caring business.
Government is not looking for credit from nobody.
But you just want to give that as a credit.
But wait for me, my dear, my sister. Wait for me. Government not they look for credit for nobody. Government they look for people who are pleased with their lives. Waiting I say that seller there, it pleased with what they do. You say, so, okay, government say 25, now we'll give 24.
My discretion.
Fine.
So but why you want for put among the thing then?
Now because the environment is good. I just give the example, say in the past, Christmas like so, you they run around and look for Jabu, where they buy fuel for 2 or 3 times the price. Now it doesn't happen. So that is
global crisis.
Global crisis, no global crisis. This government made the policies to make sure that more people now are engaged in importing fuel and storing fuel and distributing fuel. All right? At least recognize that. Don't give me credit to, but just recognize, say, the policies were good. And they're working. Not so. So that affects also the bike riders. If they want to reduce the fares for according to how they raise them for fuel, they will do that. But let me finish with the bike riders also. Now for the government, give them a hope. For say, after bike riding, there's another life for me. Government engage the Ministry of Youth, engage the University of MMTU, or Magai Technical University, for create courses, skills training courses, certificated skills training courses in a university environment where government they pay for bike riders, both men and women. Recently, that they will go give certificates to those who have completed that. And some of them will come out, then give them bikes for make them start them work with their own business under that. And I also know, say, the 18,000 youth are supposed to be benefiting from life-changing development from government. And 18,000 of them are going to be receiving startup capital for making them able to start their own businesses. So now small, and also 300,000 farmers. They don't do their own biometric analysis and all that for making them able to see how they go able to impact them more for giving support. So all of these things are happening. Now small. It wasn't there before. It's there now. So let me encourage this president where they move this country forward. For let us say, Pa, you tot load. We know you tot load. You they go uphill. Instead of robbing Bala Pan the hill way, we can push from the back. Go, let's go. He's carrying the whole country. Myself at the inside, I love the way it taught. And Yusuf did it. So I want every people then get a little bit more patience. But then see, say, every day something is happening. Like the French people say, c'est chaque jour un peu plus. At least every day a little bit more. And that is what's happening. It's not going to happen the same day. It's not a abracadabra. It's not magic like you said just now.
Many citizens, 2025 be the worst year for them because plenty people they will lost them, picking them, family members them, due to the way how the kush and other drugs and be widespread in the country. What will you say to those set of Sierra Leoneans who view this as a worst year because of that?
I will say commiserations. Commiserations. It is very sad that it happened. But no forget say, government right from the time when this thing has to happen, President set up the emergency task force for make we able for stop this push and also encourage young people for avoid getting involved in those things. But as you know, you cannot tie a fence around the whole world. As you tie one side, other person they lose other side. That is why even the policeman they now safe where they go with it. Police get a system now where they say so they change, test their own police system for make sure say they are not involved in that kind of thing. So the penalties have been increased. Things are improving. It is slowing down. The kind of space where we get trade for say kush people they die in a yard, they die in a, it don't reduce so because government is taking a very concerted effort now.
Lives been lost because that
Particular tax force, for example, they referred to was very dormant. They not be they say nothing, not doing anything until the time where we see the media really took the campaign and to a point we go say we force the president for come out. We himself come out now before we see things begin happen here and there.
Thank you very much. He's a listening president. You know, get your eye all over. If the media don't see, then they tell them and they take action. Let me say, yes, you don't do well. At least that is how. So the media congratulate you for do well. When I do well, be the keeper of society.
What I say is, you praise the tax force where you say government set up, but then be there, whether then they pay there or not, nobody knows. But people then be they die.
Is it the same task force?
People then be they die. Nobody not bring to account. So now be then at this tax force now not do nothing until number of people then die before the president himself now come man.
As president said,
nobody not take account.
As president said, he said kush na poison. So if anybody take kush, the end point is that you're not careful, you're gonna die. So really, now that they don't describe them as such, and then we don't decide, say we're going to put more effort on it, they done. During Ebola, people will die because we not be know what for do at the beginning. Now that we do, when we knew what was to be done at that time, we stopped the Ebola. The same thing happened with COVID. When it first came, people they really die until the government decides, say, make we find out how we can stop it, and they did. So this also is another epidemic. When it come, when you just come, you don't know what to do. You have to plan and find out and study and research. And for the ones we know that now, we don't put them in place.
Alhaji, what you go say to a critic now or any citizen where they watch you, we say President Bio in 2025 in terms of in leadership, end on a good note. Right now, Sierra Leone, there are more countries that they don't ban citizens not for entering the United States. Right now, accusation they on Sierra Leone say then they harbor a drug lord from the Netherlands where they don't request for less alone ghee. They're not able for ghee. Right now, accusation they on Sierra Leone say them passports then are the wrong hands. Right now, accusation they on Sierra Leone say with diplomatic passports them bad people and they use them all over the world when they catch them with them diplomatic passports. And so they end President Bio in here in a review for 2025. Is that something to be proud of?
How can you be proud of negative things? You cannot be. I start with the first one where you say Sierra Leone is among a group of 39, nearly 40 countries in the world where they say they not for go to America. But who sent this ban start? This ban start at a time when an immigrant go shoot National Guard soldiers right in the capital, Washington, D.C. The President of America took this as an affront to the integrity and sanctity of America. I'm talking about the shooting of the 2 National Guards.
We happened a few days ago.
By him, another 10 days.
Not to that 10 days.
Yeah, another 10 days.
Not to that 10 days the ban start on.
Another 10 days.
Not to that 10 days.
Before that, the ban was partial.
Yes.
Well, so
let's go to the problem. No,
please. No, let me tell you. Ask me about the ban. So I'm answering you.
Build up. This, like the partial, I be just notifying, say, Sierra Leone, something they wanna supposed for do.
What is it?
Wanna do the thing here, what they review in December, because we host the former ambassador Brian Hunt now always say first Sierra Leone for receive people who they want for deport Canadian country, where them believe in a Sierra Leoneans them. Then also Sierra Leone screening system. Sierra Leone get issues of overstaying. People who get the B1, B2 visas where they go now they come again. That's be the issues them where the former ambassador say Sierra Leone for look after, for take care. So December then they review possibility being there for commot na the partial ban. Like country like Liberia, Ghana. Now we all be there at that same partial ban. So let's go back to June where all these problems start.
Okay. The B1, B2 visas when they give person. Now America they give them visa then go na them country. Not to we again as Sierra Leone for go begin chase now people in America say come you don't come back. We can tell them. But if they hide, what do you do? So that, I think, is something that can be negotiated and discussed with the Americans. And I'm sure the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Internal Affairs are doing that.
So now
the question... No,
let them give them visa, let them go fend one.
They don't give visa.
You have not understood what I said. I said they are being discussed within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Internal Affairs with the American State Department and the embassies. Not in an open and closed case. It's an open discussion thing. It's continuing. Ghana followed through much more robustly
than us.
Of course. Everybody get different abilities and different approaches. Okay? And you have different relationships. Don't bring Liberia into it. Liberia is a different country altogether with their relationship
Honorable,
with Nigeria.
Salon government that takes this issue serious.
Come on, this is 39 countries. No can't talk about Sierra Leone no more.
No, please.
When they talk like they say that Sierra Leone one day, not the Sierra Leone one day they ban.
Not to them
you don't give me the reasons why they ban them.
Now we they talk about.
Don't give me the reasons why they ban them. You don't mention them, which is correct, which is what I know myself. And I'm trying to tell you how Sierra Leone is trying to mitigate that. Then they work on.
What so thing Ghana do differently when we as a nation not able for the way make we go to a ban way 2026 by now we they talk January. People anyway very worried as we they talk. So if we are treating it as serious as Ghana, for example, where they're pulling at the list, where we all been dead, it means we are doing something wrong.
I tell you, say, when I go America last November, I came back, but I want to go back. Before I go, then don't ban. So it affects me as well as it affects you and everybody else in Sierra Leone. Nobody is happy about that. And they come there. Well, you know, but when they give me a chance, I can answer.
No, if you go straight to the answer.
But wait, I don't have the answers. If I can get the answer, it's not for Banwi. I don't have them.
No, but
I can only tell you.
Then they brief the president on anything where they do. And when you come out,
so I tell you,
you talk for the president. So the president is not aware of what's in the happen.
It is a matter under discussion. I don't tell you.
What stage the discussion day?
The stage is advanced. The stage is advanced.
As in the January 2026, where the years don't say they will take effect of them ban. In order for happen.
The stage is, how can I say that? America has put its ban and they have given us.
Stage where on a day, you go able for if I don't negotiate to a threshold.
I am not the American who will decide whether
they pull Salon
in the list. American who will decide whether the stage.
But I don't talk what they want. If we don't give them what they ask for, then we should be clear about this.
You know so much about this. Why don't you go and negotiate for us? So give me a chance, like I answer you, please. The Americans have their own criteria.
Which we know.
Which we are working on. So give me a chance. We're doing that.
So that's how they ask
we are not alone working doing that. We are in a group.
Because the promise when government we make back then in June, then they assure the public say, by the time then they reveal 90 days, then we don't do all waiting the need for do, but here we are.
Yes.
Then do one.
Then do one, but maybe it was not enough, not sufficient. But then I tell you, by the time the 90 days were up, this other dastardly thing happened in America. We make the president and the people of America became inflamed about immigration. So they just decide, say, listen, we have to keep our country safe. So if you notice the countries that are under that food ban, you know that most of them either have had war, have had a spate of refugee situation, they are having terrorist activities around them and all that sort of thing. So if you notice that, look at all the countries that are under that ban. So I am telling you,
accusation of harboring a drug fugitive.
I think we discussed that a lot before. And as I told you, the government and the government of the Netherlands, they are working on that. They are working on that, and I don't know at what stage they are at. But I haven't heard any new requests from the government of the Netherlands or any such other hard measures which are being pushed upon us for this. So I believe that the work that the Attorney General's office is doing with the Netherlands is in advanced stage. So they are carrying on.
America push certain people in Sierra Leone and them, then for come back home. The Sierra Leone government, they push back, say, this not all citizens them. We're not going to take all of them because we want to protect the citizens them with the home. And then people there, now holders of Sierra Leone passports, we make the issue of Sierra Leone passports, especially diplomatic passports, then at the hands of wrong people them. We put Sierra Leone in a disposition outside the country then also.
So, first of all,
you know, Honorable, you're not the right person for discuss these issues because you don't dare na part of government, because also the first thing this happened 2017 before President Bio. Sierra Leone be done at December, and you were part of the former government by then. So you get wealth of experience in some of these issues. And also again, selling of Sierra Leone passports during the former governments, they against successive governments, the allegation, they all be there. What will be do right then? Now speak as a Sierra Leonean, not as somebody speaking for His Excellency the President, but somebody who
I am a Sierra Leonean speaking for the presidency.
Yes, but
and I'm going to speak for the
sometimes if you get...
No. I am here. You called me as a presidential spokesman.
Okay. So let me tap on your experience. You serve under that government, they tend their way the same issues being the goal.
Yes.
What you wanna be do right?
These issues are perennial. You will always have criminal elements. We find ways of one forging people's passports. And don't tell me you haven't heard of that. Or we find ways for going around the system and getting passports and going.
Because of weak system.
Most weak systems happen. Most weak systems happen.
President Bio dismiss informer head of immigration, where then see the party with Bello Jos, where then defend so now, allegedly, he get a diplomatic passport, and the police come and confirm, say, based on in details, so then get, now Umar Sharif, then Sabianfo.
So, they dismiss the former immigration officer because of that. I see, I was not made aware of that. I know they didn't change them. But they not been telling me why I didn't change them. However, the question that you put is not unique to this period or to this country. People will always find ways to find falsified documentation for travel. Always. And that has happened. And these are what the people that the American government is trying to weed out. But you know, when people they go first time as refugees, in England, for instance, they have Sierra Leoneans of all tribes where they employ at the Home Office, and then at the background. When in the interview, then they listen. And then they give probing questions to the interviewer for ask you, where is he come Sierra Leone? Then they ask you, say, the person go there, if you say come up with local, they go tell and sit. Ask him if he knows where Agbere Junction is. When you don't know that, then they ask you, say, how we pass through the junction, waiting at the next village. If you know, say, Namamina and see, and all them, they don't know that you are lying. So, these people, they put them aside. You're not necessarily, you may be carrying that paper, but you're not necessarily, and so now verification process. So I think when in our own time, that verification was done. The chief immigration officer go Holland. When Holland be one for deport people carrying Sierra Leone passports. And it turned out to be, when they were interviewed and all that, they were not really Sierra Leoneans. They falsified, through falsified means, for letting them get passports. And you cannot really just accept anybody like that. You don't know if they are criminals or all that sort of thing. And that is what is happening. That is why even the other people that we America they come. Which advice?
Like the way we just say the former chief immigration officer be fly go Holland and do verification. So why not advise? Why not advise President Bio? Say, hey, look, under the term be they serve na that government. Now this will be do by then. We'll be able to resolve the issues.
Okay. Well, if it is an option, but I know say America the ICE, I don't call it immigration something ICE immigration enforcement ICE the ICE people there, immigration commission for enforcement or whatever it is. Then don't make the decision say we are going to be deported anyway.
So
if it is not to Sierra Leone, if it is not to Sierra Leone, you are going somewhere else. You not see when and send some of people away in Sierra Leone and send them to Ghana because Ghana accepted them.
So why would I not accept? Is it security concern?
Exactly. We're afraid for bringing people with a criminal element and all that sort of thing. Now, I'm sure all of this is in the cards. Maybe the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Internal Affairs may be working towards going there. But say, okay, let us go and talk to these people. If they're really Sierra Leoneans, we'll take them. If they're not, well, how can we take Colombians, for instance? How can we take people from Puerto Rico if they're not Sierra Leoneans?
But then yes, Sierra Leone documentation.
The falsification comes in. There's a lot of falsification of passports all over. British passports are falsified. The US passports are falsified.
Yes, they say Sierra Leone gets screening problem.
Well, not we no more get screening problem. A lot of people have screening problems. You understand? The standards the way they don't reach. Now we then call them. Now we said don't begin this biometric. We know we change them. For say if you're not Mabel, you could change your face, you do anything, but when you put that you fingerprint it. Now they show you not Mabel. These are the things that we are introducing the technology into these things for try for beat the criminals the way they do this.
So with all the issues there, is it safe for say 2025 not end well for President Bio?
No, you can't say that.
Because look at the major issues that
which
now
one
we
are
talk
the major
about.
issue?
You are me again for repeat myself. Drug
Which is
allegation.
You said don't say it don't reduce. Okay, well, the people in the streets that you spoke to, the people in the streets you spoke to agreed.
Let me land.
Right.
Hold on.
All right.
Sierra Leone allegedly get a drug lord in the country.
Is that so?
We Netherlands see them for send back to them. Up till now, they not send them back.
I have a small problem with Netherlands on that issue. Honestly.
Which is?
I don't know how they left LA camp.
So how come una self keep an eye?
How do we know he came? He was a drug lord.
But for the fact
I know we are
that
saying, how do we know people come here as tourists?
no, but for the fact that in pictures them be don't go out, they don't identify and
Before
say
he
that no. You say una not be no say yes. You say una not be no say that this kind of person. So for the fact that in pictures them be don't go viral, Netherlands authority they don't say this person they look for na in this so. Why una self not be left a let go?
They use the word extradite. And extradite has legal implications. You must have a treaty we don't have with the Netherlands. We're trying to work on it. You can only do it according to international law. Extradite.
So that the problem we say get Netherlands.
Uda.
You.
No, big problem I get. Why they left Aleka? You've been in jail. According to them. No, I don't know. Why me? Then I jail come out. You go give me. I know they go first give me say. Now I mean left leg come out.
But still.
I don't know. I've never seen him. Which you hear Naimi? Which you see Naimi see? I have never seen him. I don't know him. You know, anything can be. And you know, this is not the case of time for AI.
The presidency.
Like yesterday.
Then they update them on the search. Then they update the president on this Omar Sharifin issue.
On the process of extradition between.
How far they don't go?
They are working on it. The Ministry of Justice, Attorney General's office, they are working on it. No reason to say at least you don't quiet first from the Holland side. We are making
because they talk again, so I make
because we are making progress. Not to every step. Yes, when they finish, they will tell you. It didn't exist. We are trying to work
whether I don't go with the area of investment, the way it gets food and say gets Naya, all of that.
Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, just like you, I really don't know. Which you hearing, I hear you. Honestly, which you see now.
So you really say it gets investments in.
You
say what you hear, so you don't hear you say get investment. The way you say they get lawyer than I am.
Oh, I see. Okay, well those are.
So if you say now what you hear, then it means.
Okay, so you hear. Well, tell me no.
Now you say what you hear. Now you say the hear.
That's what you hear. Pass me. You know, you pass me. Yes, big pass me on. And you're a journalist. You're investigative. I'm not. So you can get more information.
Describe the whole of 2025 now as we unpack and done.
It's been a good year. It's been a good year for President Bio. First of all, the number of bridges they will don't reach 17. Again, them a bridge where we all when they suffer, schoolboys where they go holiday in Abama Conta and all that. Now they take like a whole day waiting for the ferry and all that. Now 5 minutes you don't cross. The Matrujon Bridge, to understand, it's fantastic. It's done. Tompari, we link Kamakwe and Tambaka with the opening in February. A bridge. It used to be a ferry on the on the Little Scarces River. And not only that, the road that leads from Cambia through Medina in Tonkolimba to Baneke into Samaya and Kamakwe, then the Pambilam. 2-lane traffic by the Islamic Development Bank this year. So there's so much that is going on that we foresee 2025 has been good for us. So I go say President Bill don't do well for me, especially we in the Northwest. I know that road because it's shorter for us to leave Port Loko if I go Kamakwe, La Paz, Cambia than I go Makeni. But now, when they don't build that road there, I will go walk now Kamakwe, I can't sleep in Port Loko.
As to the wrap up, Honorable,
on a lighter but very significant note, I don't follow the different lives them with the president and wife don't they do as then gets different events them they don't they arrange this end of year. I see the comment section, a lot of citizens they ask if the president's in diets they don't change him because he looks drained. Slim.
He looks slimmer.
Yeah.
He looks better, isn't he? Well, that's it. Everybody gets it right. You go gym, you change your diet, make you look very slimmer. Oh, yeah, why not? You know,
so what are you going to say? They take Ozempic.
That's it?
Ozempic.
What's the name?
That weight loss.
Is that so? I think me not get weight, so I don't know. No. I think it's looking good.
Is there any secrets where, like, sometimes we want for...
It's looking better, eh?
Yeah, we want for join. Like, we want for...
Well, I didn't say diet's really like the main thing for everybody. Diet is the main thing. That bokure so they eat. They make all the grumble serious. Yeah. It's just if you use 1 cup rich, 1 eat 3 cup, 1 grain. But he's not doing that anymore. But one thing when sister talk, where somebody in a team talk over, they say the partner so fish they eat now, no they eat beef. So that could be a game changer, you know, because beef in the settle my belly.
So the part
fish
change,
does not.
The part change the person they cook for her. They get the person.
No, it's the same person. Who has Sabi, I think the man's there. The still they cook. But sometimes you don't tell her what you want more.
So
but I always seen a fish more.
They eat.
Worried on the comment section and they say, is the pie okay? Is it keeping well? Let them not worry. You can talk to them.
I see the fact that President looks much better now. Not so slimmer, more agile. They're ready for
that 6-pack now.
Take the 6-pack man now. They took the 3 years we left. They go double effort. have 500,000 jobs, we will get a man.
But you said need for join the path for exercise. Oh.
For the belay.
Yes.
I know me a farmer, that rest day, I know the way they carry it. No, be see me while go eat in a farm. One no big traders. I did it yesterday again. Yesterday again, at the same thing I did eat. He said, no, boy, don't pass that age day for begin the 6-pack again. Like eat me, that's why they plant. But the pie is okay, nothing odwam. It's just a little bit more trimmer. And I think he does a lot of exercise too now. And of course, diet. Me then tell me say beef now, they eat again. So I fish more. So if you want to look slim, now eat fish.
All right, many thanks, Alhaji. It's been an amazing year with you, and Odo.
One thing with the pardon, don't ask me. I mean, the president don't ask me, don't ask me.
No, that will talk next year.
Yeah, but what about this ECOWAS thing? So we don't be chairman.
Don't talk about ECOWAS.
No, he did not. No. But what happened?
Talk about
ECOWAS. No. This one is the make Kuna Guinea-Bissau. The only reason why the old president not dey back now because now you want for go, don't go because the president go there. Don't. Look, this one I've been in. This one I've been in hours because I was just lucky that morning. I go to Minister of Foreign Affairs. As I enter, na morning night, there's a queen Benin. You know, today, now I call. Within hours, ECOMOG was there. ECOMOG was there because the president put his foot down. So we not say the man we're ready for peace, and he go make sure say in West Africa. The era of course is over. Thank you very much.
Happy New Year in advance. Oh, tomorrow is Christmas.
Tomorrow is the 24th. So
when I this boy, no start they say Christmas Day na protocol. When I see them until Monday and then other than they come up na Falabaro, they can sing. They do that go, would they go so big? I said, oh, no Christmas. And I said that
Christmas.
Merry Christmas in advance.
And I wish you a brighter 2026. We look forward to amazing conversation again as always.
Thank you very much.
We can call you at 11th hour.
Call me anyhow. Thank you
very
much.
You wake very early for joining.
Yes, I know.
It'll be a pleasure for work with you.
Yes.
During the 2025. Although be one vex at one point, you don't respect you grey hair. Now the end of the breakfast show for today. As throughout this week, we just did time for review week 5 and Alhaji Khan will be in look at President's Bill in 2025. Many thanks to all amazing audience. We don't do with you throughout 2025. One for wishing a Merry Christmas in advance. And also don't forget tomorrow we get a very beautiful film where the premiere for Unawi audience then for celebrate the Christmas. Mina Khadija Bangwade say have a lovely day and bye-bye.
Mabel Kabadi say Merry Christmas in advance because tomorrow is Christmas and I wish you all the best. Till we meet again, have a good one. Goodbye.